Have you ever wondered why the more you resist your pain, the more it seems to hold you captive? The truth is, clinging to control and fleeing from discomfort only deepens our struggles and keeps us trapped in a cycle of suffering. In Release the Grip, Heal Pain Through Backwards Law, we journey together into the depths of self-discovery and learn how shifting our mindset can transform our pain into healing. By embracing the very struggles we wish to evade and understanding the power of letting go, we unlock the pathway to genuine freedom and inner peace. This book is your guide to releasing the tensions that bind you, inviting you to heal through a profound exploration of self-reflection. Release the Grip, Heal Pain Through Backwards Law, written and published by Awaken Vision. Chapter 1. Embrace the Struggle, Release the Grip. Have you ever found yourself caught in a relentless cycle of worry, striving to control every aspect of your life? Perhaps you recognize that feeling of being overwhelmed by the weight of expectations, both from yourself and others. This desire for control often masks an even greater challenge: the struggle against our own inner turmoil. When we avoid discomfort or attempt to fend off pain, we inadvertently tighten our grip on our challenges, making them even more formidable. Understanding this dynamic is crucial, as it not only shapes our experiences, but also defines our growth or stagnation in life. Consider Sarah, a young professional striving for success. She juggles deadlines, relationships, and personal aspirations, feeling the pressure mount as each goal begins to feel like an insurmountable hurdle. Unable to accept her vulnerabilities and weaknesses, Sarah finds herself increasingly anxious and fatigued. Her strategy becomes one of control, overscheduling her time and obsessing over minor details, believing that perfection will shield her from subsequent disappointment. Yet, every attempt only leads to more frustration, and the grip she maintains becomes her own prison. Sarah's story is not unique. Many of us grapple with the challenge of embracing struggles, fearing that feelings of inadequacy will lead to failure. We may resist the discomfort that accompanies growth and change. It's important to recognize that such resistance stifles our true potential, preventing us from becoming the version of ourselves that we aspire to be. Control can feel comforting, but it often serves as a barrier to genuine progress, holding us captive in cycles of negativity. As we venture into this exploration, let's peel back the layers of discomfort that bind us. Embracing struggle does not equate to passive acceptance. It invites us to confront our challenges with courage and resilience, shifting our mindset from one of resistance to one of acceptance. Embracing struggle empowers us to recognize the lessons nestled within our pain, transforming obstacles into stepping stones. It invites curiosity in our journeys, allowing us to glean insight from every situation we encounter. Imagine standing at the base of a mountain, gazing at its peak shrouded in clouds. The climb may seem daunting, yet every step taken unveils a new perspective of beauty and strength. This metaphor captures the essence of our journey through struggle. The path may be steep, but with each effort, we grow that much closer to our summit, developing skills and resilience along the way. Each stumble and fall becomes an opportunity to rise stronger, accumulating wisdom that reshapes our understanding of both ourselves and our limits. To set forth on this transformative journey, we must acknowledge the importance of embracing our struggles. It is through our challenges that we cultivate our strengths and learn invaluable lessons. Let go of the fear surrounding pain and discomfort, for it is in their company that true growth resides. By releasing the grip on the illusions of control, we open ourselves to the potential for transformation, embracing the highs and lows as essential elements of our humanity. Allow this chapter to encourage you to explore your own struggles deeply. Reflect upon moments of challenge that have arisen in your life and the ways you have reacted. Know that within every struggle lies the seed of transformation waiting for your acknowledgement, an invitation to embrace the imperfections of life and release the grip that is holding you back. The path to embracing our struggles and releasing the grip of control begins with the practice of self-awareness and acceptance. This journey invites us to view our challenges not as burdens, but as opportunities for heartfelt learning and growth. At its core, self-awareness allows us to recognize our emotional responses to life's trials, giving us the ability to accept our circumstances rather than resist them. When we consciously choose to acknowledge our feelings without judgment, we create space for healing, clarity, and transformation. Research in psychology supports the importance of acceptance as a powerful strategy for emotional regulation and personal growth. Studies show that individuals who practice acceptance are better equipped to handle anxiety, stress, and negative emotions. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, for example, often emphasizes the need to confront uncomfortable thoughts and feelings in a non-judgmental manner to achieve lasting change. By understanding and embracing our emotions, we learn not to view them as limitations, but rather as vital signposts guiding us on our journey. The solution lies in a core tenet of this transformation: cultivating radical acceptance. This concept, often explored in mindfulness practices, emphasizes fully accepting our present reality, no matter how difficult it may be. Radical acceptance teaches us that resisting reality heightens emotional pain, whereas acceptance invites us to integrate our experiences into a broader narrative that includes resilience and growth. It is not about resigning ourselves to situations, but rather about acknowledging them without prejudice, allowing us to reclaim our power and perspective in the process. As we adopt this mindset, we realize that embracing struggle involves leaning into our discomfort. It encourages us to ask ourselves probing questions about what we truly need to learn from our experiences. What do our challenges reveal about our beliefs and desires? How can we harness this knowledge to align with our authentic selves and ambitions? This curiosity, paired with compassion towards our limitations, shifts our perspective from one of survival to thriving, inspiring us to act in ways that propel us forward rather than stifle us. Why is this change in mindset beneficial? Engaging with our struggles allows us to cultivate resilience. This crucial trait not only strengthens our ability to bounce back from hard times, but also enhances our emotional intelligence, deepening our self-understanding. Additionally, as we learn to navigate challenges with acceptance, we often find deeper connections with others. They, too, face their share of struggles, and our willingness to embrace vulnerability fosters empathy and understanding, enriching both our personal and relational landscapes. Moreover, relinquishing the need for control leads to greater emotional flexibility. Instead of spending energy on frustration surrounding what we cannot change, we become more adaptable and open to new possibilities. This adaptability fuels creativity and innovation in various areas of our lives. When we let go of our preconceived notions of how life should unfold, we make room for serendipity and growth that enrich our experiences and empower our journeys. As we unfold this chapter of embracing struggle, remain mindful of how you respond to your own challenges. Take the time to practice radical acceptance, allowing your emotions to exist fully without resistance. Experience the transformative power of curiosity and compassion as you seek to understand the lessons woven into your struggles. In doing so, you begin to dismantle the barriers that impede your growth, and you will inevitably discover a more fortified sense of self and a brighter path ahead. Embracing struggle and implementing the shift towards radical acceptance opens many doors, presenting a wealth of positive outcomes that lead to personal growth and resilience. By letting go of the desire for control and cultivating an accepting attitude toward life's challenges, we reinforce a foundation of inner strength that transforms our emotional landscape. You may find an increase in self-confidence as you learn to navigate difficulties more gracefully, validating your ability to handle various situations with poise. Additionally, the resultant emotional flexibility enhances your relationships, allowing you to connect more profoundly with others amid shared vulnerabilities. Adopting this transformative habit can feel overwhelming, but by breaking it down into actionable steps, you begin to integrate the practice seamlessly into your everyday life. Start by dedicating a few moments each day to focus on self-reflection. Create a ritual where you pause and acknowledge your emotions without judgment, allowing space for acceptance. You might consider setting aside time in the morning to meditate or journal about any challenges you are currently facing. Begin by writing down one struggle that stands out to you and identify your emotional responses to it. Recognizing these feelings helps you to detach from them, while staying aware of which thoughts and beliefs might be exacerbating your struggles. In your interpersonal relationships, practice radical acceptance by consciously accepting others as they are. This means letting go of expectations about how friends or colleagues should behave. During a disagreement, for example, remind yourself that differing opinions enrich your connections, encouraging growth for both parties, rather than viewing the conflict through a lens of frustration. Shift your focus from, "I need them to understand my perspective," to, "I accept their perspective and I can express my thoughts without forcing consensus." At work, bring an accepting mindset to challenges. When faced with setbacks or unforeseen complications in a project, instead of succumbing to stress, approach the situation with curiosity. Ask yourself how you can adapt and pivot while still pursuing your objectives. This outlook empowers you to develop resilience, fostering problem-solving skills that you can draw on later. Even in academic settings, where pressure often feels overwhelming, applying radical acceptance allows you to acknowledge the stress without letting it dictate your performance. The key is to remember that your academic journey, like life, is filled with twists and turns, all contributing to your evolution. As you implement these shifts, maintain a reflective mindset. Set tangible goals and monitor your progress, understanding that growth is a series of small, consistent steps. Develop your daily habit of checking in with yourself to evaluate how embracing this journey affects your emotional health and interactions with others. Celebrate milestones, no matter how small, reinforcing your commitment to becoming more adaptable. Remember, every challenge offers the promise of growth. Anxiety, disappointment, and discomfort hold the potential for deep insight. As you strive to adopt this perspective, maintain faith in your ability to thrive amid struggles. With each step forward, you enrich your life's narrative, embracing the story of resilience and authenticity. As we move forward, Chapter 2 will delve deeper into the importance of navigating resistance. We'll discover how embracing resistance, rather than fighting against it, can lead to a transformative sense of flow and creativity in your life. Ready to shift your mindset? Keep your thoughts open, and let's dive into the next stage of your journey together. Don't forget to engage with your community at Awaken Vision. Like this chapter, subscribe for more transformative insights, and share your reflections. Your journey matters, and we can't wait to see where it takes you. Chapter 2. Flow with resistance, not against it. Have you ever felt as if you were swimming upstream, battling the current of your own emotions and circumstances? This struggle against resistance can be exhausting, leaving us feeling defeated and disheartened. The challenge lies in recognizing that resistance isn't merely an obstacle. It can serve as a powerful teacher, guiding us toward growth. Understanding this dynamic is essential because it allows us to redefine our relationship with our struggles and the inevitable difficulties life presents. Consider John, who found himself constantly at odds with his job's demands. Swamped with responsibilities, he felt overwhelmed whenever new projects came in. Rather than acknowledging his feelings of stress and the pressure he faced, John resisted admitting that the workload was too much. In his mind, admitting the reality of resistance would equate to weakness, leading him to power through. But he ultimately began to falter. Each moment spent battling anxiety drained his energy and creativity, leaving him more stressed and less effective. Situations like John's illustrate a common experience. The inclination to resist what is uncomfortable often amplifies our sense of discomfort. Recognizing the problem of resistance is crucial. It establishes a foundation for understanding how to navigate our challenges more gracefully. Resistance often flourishes in the form of fear and anxiety, urging us to hold tighter to our need for control and perfection. When we resist challenges, we create an internal conflict that can lead to dysfunctional patterns, preventing us from moving forward. By understanding the dynamic of resistance in our lives, we can reframe our perspectives and see the learning potential in these challenging moments. Next, let's think about Lisa, a student wrestling with her coursework. She struggles to grasp complex subjects and, rather than seeking help, she retreats, fearing judgment from her peers and instructors. It is through her resistance to seeking support that she perpetuates the cycle of frustration, ultimately impeding her learning. Recognizing how her resistance keeps her trapped is essential for breaking free from the hold it has on her growth. What if, instead of fighting against the currents of opposition, we learned to flow with them? Imagine if Lisa decided to accept that she was struggling and reached out to a friend or tutor who could help her navigate the challenges. By confronting her struggles, Lisa opens up avenues to learn and grow. In this moment of vulnerability, she embarks on a journey of self-improvement rather than continuing to battle discomfort in isolation. Embracing the notion of flowing with resistance rather than against it empowers us to cultivate resilience through acceptance. It encourages a shift in our approach, allowing us to respect our struggle as an integral and valuable component of our life journey. By loosening the constraints of our resistance and acknowledging our challenges, we create fertile ground for creativity and new perspectives to emerge. The essence of this chapter centers around understanding that embracing rather than resisting discomfort opens pathways to growth. This change begins by recognizing that our struggles carry valuable lessons. As we move forward, we will explore practical strategies for harnessing resistance to fuel our growth, reminding ourselves that in every struggle lies the potential for insightful transformation. To embrace the concept of flowing with resistance, we must first understand that acceptance does not equate to surrender. Instead, it's about actively engaging with our challenges in a way that transforms them into opportunities for growth. One effective approach is to cultivate a mindset of curiosity. When faced with resistance, rather than growing frustrated, ask yourself questions about the experience. What is this challenge teaching me? How can I channel my energy constructively instead of fighting against the discomfort? This inquisitive mindset acts as a bridge between resistance and acceptance, encouraging us to explore the lessons hidden within our struggles. Research has shown that individuals who adopt a growth mindset, believing that abilities and intelligence can be developed, are better equipped to handle challenges, setbacks, and failures. This research aligns closely with the idea of flowing with resistance. By seeing our struggles as opportunities for learning, we can shift our focus from what we cannot control to the empowerment that comes with establishing new perspectives on our situations. When we reframe our struggles this way, the urgency of overcoming resistance transforms into a curious engagement with our circumstances. To make this shift, consider implementing simple practices into your daily routine. Begin with mindfulness exercises that encourage self-reflection. Set aside a few minutes each day to meditate on your current challenges and examine your reactions to them. Allow thoughts and feelings to wash over you without judgment. This practice invites a deeper understanding of your resistance and cultivates awareness around the patterns you exhibit when faced with difficulty. Being mindful of your emotions provides a clearer lens through which you can analyze how best to proceed. Additionally, journaling can be a powerful tool for processing your experiences with resistance. By writing about your struggles, you create a tangible space for acknowledgement and exploration. Document your feelings during challenging situations and delve into what you might learn from each experience. This habit of self-reflection not only promotes a heightened awareness of your thought patterns, but can also reveal the insights you've gained from your struggles, enabling you to celebrate your resilience along the way. The ability to flow with resistance offers invaluable benefits. It encourages emotional growth, allowing us to build resilience and strengthen our capacity for handling future challenges. By fostering a healthy relationship with discomfort, we learn to lead more authentic lives, responding to situations with a mix of courage and curiosity instead of fear. Challenges become catalysts for creativity and innovation, generating new insights that pave the way for personal trends of success we may have previously overlooked. With time, effort, and dedication, you will find that acceptance allows you to navigate life's twists and turns with greater ease. Rather than feeling isolated by struggle, you'll discover a profound richness available when you differentiate between the challenges you face and the empowering lessons that grow from them. This practice not only enhances your personal development, but fosters deeper connections with those around you, as they witness your ability to adapt and thrive like a flowing river instead of a dam that blocks progress. Let this chapter resonate with you as you learn to view resistance as a vital part of your journey. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the topic of relinquishing the illusion of control and explore how this perspective shift can bring greater freedom and relief in both personal and professional aspects of your life. As you continue on your path of growth, keep reflecting on how overcoming obstacles can serve as a source of strength. Your journey is forming new possibilities. Be courageous, stay engaged, and remember that every step forward counts in your evolving narrative. The benefits of flowing with resistance are both profound and transformative. By adopting this mindset, you position yourself to reap a wealth of positive outcomes. First, embracing resistance fosters resilience. The more you practice navigating your discomfort, the stronger your ability becomes to face future challenges with confidence and courage. You also cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself. As you explore your struggles, you become more attuned to your feelings, desires, and limitations. This self-awareness not only aids your personal growth, but enhances your emotional intelligence in relationships and interactions. To implement this solution effectively, start by committing to 2 key practices: mindfulness and journaling. Begin your day with just 5 minutes of mindfulness meditation. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Allow thoughts of resistance or discomfort to emerge without judgment, breathing through them instead of pushing them away. This practice helps you cultivate a relationship with your feelings, rather than becoming entangled in them, creating an environment where you can observe rather than react. Following mindfulness, engage in a journaling practice. Each evening, take a few minutes to write about any resistance you encountered throughout the day. What feelings emerged when faced with challenges? Did you learn anything new about your reactions? What steps might you take in the future to flow through similar challenges? Through this exercise, you'll begin to notice patterns, cultivating a deeper awareness of how resistance plays out in your life and how you can adapt your approach. In the context of relationships, apply the principle of flowing with resistance by turning conflicts into conversations of understanding. If you and a partner are arguing about a disagreement, approach the discussion with curiosity and openness. Instead of resisting the discomfort of differing opinions, invite vulnerability and express your feelings honestly. This act of embracing potential discomfort can lay the foundation for deeper connection and collaboration, allowing both partners to grow through the conflict rather than emerge divided. In the workplace, consider challenges as opportunities for innovation. If you face a project setback, instead of viewing it as a failure, treat it as a springboard for fresh ideas. Gather your team and discuss the obstacles openly, cultivating a brainstorming session focused on solutions rather than blaming. By channeling collective energy into overcoming resistance, you not only develop camaraderie but also inspire creative problem-solving that can lead to impressive results. As you explore these practices, keep in mind that change is a gradual process. Every small step counts. Committing to self-awareness and shifting your mindset requires patience and persistence. Regularly take the time to reflect on your progress. Celebrating both your triumphs and the lessons learned along the way will reinforce your journey. Concluding this chapter, remember that navigating challenges builds your capacity for resilience, growth, and possibilities. As we move into Chapter 3, we will explore the concept of letting go of the illusion of control, discovering how freeing ourselves from certainties can usher in unprecedented levels of freedom, harmony, and fulfillment in our lives. To remain engaged in your journey, don't hesitate to subscribe to the Awaken Vision channel, give this chapter a like, and share your thoughts or suggestions for the future. Your insights matter, and together, we embrace the exciting path ahead. Chapter 3: Letting Go of the Illusion of Control. Have you ever found yourself spending an excessive amount of time trying to micromanage every detail of a particular situation, only to feel frustrated when things don't go according to plan? Many of us face the overwhelming challenge of believing we can exert control over various aspects of our lives, from relationships to career paths to personal achievements. This relentless pursuit of control can leave us feeling anxious, disconnected, and exhausted. Understanding the futility of this controlling mindset is essential. When we grasp it, we give ourselves permission to release the pressures we impose upon ourselves and embrace life's inherent uncertainties. Consider Rachel, a dedicated team leader striving for perfection in every project her group undertakes. She meticulously constructs timelines and tasks for her team, but struggles to trust her colleagues' abilities fully. Rachel's need for control fosters a tense environment. When team members feel micromanaged, they become demotivated, hesitant to take initiative, and ultimately less effective. Rachel's story serves as a poignant reminder that while our desire for control can stem from good intentions, it often masks deeper fears of inadequacy. It becomes imperative to understand how this need for control limits both personal growth and the growth of others around us. This urge to control situations often reinforces an illusion, the belief that we can dictate every outcome. However, the reality is that life is inherently unpredictable. When we cling tightly to our expectations, we risk becoming trapped in a cycle of disappointment and stress. The truth is, letting go of this illusion doesn't signify weakness, but rather invites empowerment and freedom. It signals our readiness to embrace the ebb and flow of life, leading to deeper connections, enriched experiences, and a greater sense of peace. Imagine Mark, who has long harbored dreams of launching his own business. He meticulously drafts plans and potential timelines, yet as the launch date approaches, he becomes consumed with every minute detail and potential outcome. This hyper-focus leaves him paralyzed, fearful of making mistakes. Instead of viewing the entrepreneurial process as an exciting adventure full of learning opportunities, he remains tethered to rigid outcomes. Understanding that letting go of this need for control can enable Mark to approach his venture more creatively and adventurously opens up new avenues for enjoyment and innovation. Learning to release control also involves confronting deeply rooted fears. What if things don't unfold as planned? What if I fail? With each overcoming of these fears, we gradually rewire our understanding of failure and growth. Letting go frees us from the oppressive weight of expectation and allows us to show ourselves and others compassion throughout this unpredictable process. This chapter invites you to recognize the illusion of control and its effects on your life. Embracing uncertainty fosters resilience, while teaching us to surrender to the flow of life. As we move forward, we will explore practical strategies that will empower you to let go, cultivating a mindset that welcomes the unpredictable nature of existence with open arms. By recognizing that control is often only an illusion, we liberate ourselves from the shackles of fear, discovering how to thrive in the beauty of not knowing what's ahead. To embrace the practice of letting go of the illusion of control, the first key is to cultivate mindfulness. Being mindful involves intentionally bringing your attention to the present moment without judgment. By focusing inward, you can begin to identify when your mind gravitates toward control and recognize the anxiety that accompanies it. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts and feelings rather than becoming entangled in them. This separation allows you to acknowledge the desire to control without acting on it, ultimately granting you the power to change your response. Research has shown that mindfulness can reduce feelings of stress and anxiety. For example, studies have indicated that participants who practice mindfulness show significant improvements in emotional regulation and resilience. By fostering awareness and acceptance of the present, you create space for new perspectives that offer peace. This practice does not require any special skills or equipment. It can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths throughout the day to ground yourself in the now. The more you engage with mindfulness, the more adept you will become at navigating the pressures of life without the heavy burden of control. Another effective strategy is to reframe your mindset surrounding fear and uncertainty. Rather than viewing uncertainty as something to be feared, approach it as a realm full of potential. Every moment of uncertainty can act as an invitation for exploration and growth. This shift in perspective motivates you to view outcomes not as definitive successes or failures, but as incredible lessons that contribute to your lifelong development. Allowing yourself to accept that not everything in life can be planned prepares you to adapt and respond positively to whatever comes your way. Using personal examples can also deepen your connection to this solution. For instance, if you have a significant event, a presentation, family gathering, or milestone, focus more on the opportunity to connect and share experiences than on achieving a specific flawless outcome. Prepare and plan, but remind yourself that the experience itself is valuable, regardless of how perfectly it aligns with your expectations. Aiming for authentic connections rather than perfection liberates you from the strain of control, helping you appreciate the unique beauty of each experience. The benefits of letting go are profound. When you release the need for control, you will likely find greater peace and joy in your day-to-day life. This practice enhances your flexibility and adaptability, making it easier to navigate obstacles as opportunities for learning rather than hindrances. Relationships flourish as open communication fosters trust and authenticity. Over time, the habit of letting go can lead to more fulfilling partnerships as you create an environment where others feel safe expressing themselves. Ultimately, realizing that control is an illusion leads to a more liberated existence. Embracing uncertainty will not always be easy, but by continuously practicing mindfulness and allowing for reframed perspectives, you'll find this transition becomes more natural over time. Recognize that every little step you take towards embracing the unknown is a significant victory. As we conclude this chapter, prepare to dive into Chapter 4, where we will explore the transformational power of radical acceptance and how embracing our current realities lays the groundwork for true freedom. Remember to subscribe to the Awaken Vision channel for ongoing support. Like this chapter if it resonated with you, and share your thoughts on your journey with us. Your experiences can inspire others as we embark on this continuous adventure of self-discovery together. Embracing the idea of letting go of control breeds numerous positive outcomes that can significantly enhance your life experience. As you practice this approach, you will likely notice a reduction in anxiety and stress, replaced by a sense of freedom and empowerment. When you relinquish the need to control every detail of a situation, you permit yourself to experience life more fully and authentically. This newfound perspective can lead to deeper connections with others. When you aren't focused on micromanaging events or outcomes, you become available to foster genuine relationships and create memories that reflect genuine moments rather than rehearsed expectations. Implementing this solution can be simplified with actionable steps that you can incorporate into your daily life. First, start each day by setting an intention centered around letting go of control. For instance, affirm to yourself, "Today, I will embrace uncertainty in my activities and allow that intention to guide your interactions and decisions." This practice harnesses the power of positive affirmations, nudging your subconscious toward openness instead of rigidity. Another exercise involves consciously choosing to relinquish control in small, manageable ways. If you're a person who meticulously plans every aspect of your day, leave room for spontaneity. Allow yourself to engage in an unplanned conversation or take a different route on your walk. Leaning into the unfamiliarity of these moments can gently stretch your comfort zone, giving you insight into the beauty of spontaneity and the joy of simply being present. In your professional life, consider approaching projects with a spirit of collaboration. If you find yourself hesitating to trust the contributions of colleagues, practice entrusting them with specific tasks without stepping in to micromanage. Concentrate on the shared goal as a team and appreciate the diverse strengths that each member brings to the table. This collaborative spirit allows individuals to thrive in their unique skills and perspectives while creating richer, more creative outcomes. As with personal interactions, ensure to take risks in relationships as well. Instead of planning every conversation to impress or control another's response, communicate openly and express your thoughts and feelings freely. This authenticity fosters a deeper intimacy than rehearsed dialogue ever could. When you sincerely convey your feelings, you create a safe space for others to share their own, resulting in a mutually enriching experience that bonds you on a profound level. Remember that growth takes time, and every small step matters in your journey toward letting go. Consistent practice of these approaches fosters a heightened sense of resilience, opening the door to possibility. Embrace each step along the way and allow yourself the grace to learn from unexpected outcomes. Your commitment to growth enables the transformation that will guide you through future challenges. As we wrap up this chapter, look forward to the exploration in Chapter 4, where we will delve into the transformative concept of radical acceptance. Together, we will uncover how embracing the realities of our situations allows us to cultivate peace within ourselves and navigate life's uncertainties with grace. Don't forget to engage with the Awaken Vision community. Subscribe to our channel for more insights, give a thumbs up if this chapter resonated with you, and share your thoughts or suggestions. Your voice plays a crucial role in shaping the community we're creating together. Each journey is unique, and your insights can empower others on their path. Chapter 4: Finding Freedom in Radical Acceptance. Do you often find yourself overwhelmed by the weight of expectations, whether they are your own or those imposed by others? In a world constantly pushing us toward perfection and achievement, it's easy to overlook a critical truth. Acceptance is not just passive resignation, but a powerful transformative process. Radical acceptance, the practice of acknowledging our present reality without resistance or judgment, serves as a remarkable tool that can lead us to greater peace and emotional freedom. Understanding and embracing this principle are vital as it opens the door to emotional healing and a more authentic existence. Consider the story of Emily, a talented musician who played in a symphony orchestra. While her skills were exceptional, she lived in a constant state of self-doubt and anxiety. She always felt the need to compare herself to her peers and chase an imagined ideal of what a successful musician should be. With each performance, while the audience applauded, Emily was haunted by the relentless critic in her mind, whispering that she wasn't good enough. This internal struggle left her feeling trapped in a cycle of disappointment and fear. The crux of Emily's experience illustrates a common human condition. We often resist acceptance of our current reality, which yields only frustration and self-judgment. The challenge here is profound. Resisting our reality keeps us entangled in negative thought patterns. Recognizing that life's circumstances are not always conducive to our desires creates a fertile ground for suffering and discouragement. By understanding the self-destructive nature of pushing against reality, we become aware of the immense power that radical acceptance has to transform our emotional landscapes. When we accept our situation, including our feelings and thoughts, we reclaim agency over how we respond to life's challenges. This doesn't mean simply resigning ourselves to hardship. It means courageously confronting our circumstances and allowing ourselves to experience them fully. Take, for instance, Mark, a young professional who has recently faced an unexpected job loss. Initially, he wrestled with frustration and despair, obsessively replaying the series of events leading to his dismissal. However, as he shifted his approach and practiced radical acceptance, he stopped fighting the situation. By facing the reality of his unemployment and giving himself permission to feel disappointment without judgment, Mark discovered an opportunity to reevaluate his career path and passions. Acceptance didn't eliminate his struggles, but it granted him insight and clarity to explore new possibilities. This transformative experience illustrates that when we stop resisting what is, no matter how uncomfortable, we can pivot toward growth and self-discovery. Understanding and implementing radical acceptance in our lives can significantly enhance our emotional well-being and relationships with others. It invites us to face the uncomfortable truths of our lives, while fostering compassion for ourselves as we navigate them. Acceptance is the foundation on which healing is built, as it allows us to release burdens of guilt and anxiety. This practice encourages a mindset shift. Instead of being weighed down with "why me?" questions, we adopt a perspective of curiosity, one that asks, "What can I learn from this?" Accepting our reality puts us in a position to move forward rather than dwell in what could have been. As we dive deeper into the principles of radical acceptance, you'll discover how it opens pathways to emotional growth and deeper insights about life. This chapter will illuminate the steps necessary to embrace acceptance fully, ultimately paving the way to a more tranquil existence. Radical acceptance offers a practical solution to the struggles of resisting reality. empowering us to create a foundation of emotional resilience. At its core, radical acceptance involves recognizing and embracing our current circumstances, even the painful and uncomfortable aspects of life, without the need for judgment or immediate change. This shift in perspective is crucial because it liberates us from the confines of denial and allows us to fully engage with our experiences. When we practice radical acceptance, we free ourselves from the emotional turmoil created by our resistance, making space for healing and growth. Why does radical acceptance work? The power of this practice lies in the clarity that comes from acknowledging our reality. It provides a pathway to emotional regulation and resilience, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with grace. Research indicates that acceptance is associated with lower levels of anxiety and depression. In studies examining mindfulness and acceptance-based interventions, participants often report enhanced emotional well-being and a greater sense of control over their reactions to stressors. The key idea here is that when we accept our experiences rather than deny or resist them, we diminish the suffering derived from them, ultimately leading to better coping and adaptability. Understanding why this approach is beneficial means recognizing its implications for various aspects of life. Accepting circumstances as they are creates opportunities for personal insight and growth. Instead of spending energy wishing for a different situation, we can redirect that energy toward evaluating our responses and determining constructive actions. This approach nurtures a positive mindset, empowering us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts and choices, rather than the situations themselves. Implementing radical acceptance into your daily life begins with small yet impactful practices. For example, when faced with a distressing emotion, ground yourself by pausing and acknowledging your feelings. Instead of pushing emotions away, say to yourself, "I feel this way right now, and it is okay." This simple acknowledgement reinforces that discomfort is a natural part of the human experience, paving the way for a more compassionate relationship with yourself. Further, consider journaling as a means of exploring your feelings. Each time you experience a challenge, take a moment to write about it. Reflect on what you're experiencing, how it makes you feel, and the impact it has on your life. Attempt to approach these reflections with curiosity rather than a judgment. Challenging yourself to view discomfort from a lens of acceptance cultivates a nurturing dialogue within yourself, promoting emotional growth and resilience. Moreover, in interpersonal relationships, practice radical acceptance by fully embracing others as they are. When conflicts arise, remind yourself that everyone has their unique experiences and perspectives. Accepting this truth helps foster empathy and understanding, paving the way for open communication. The practice of acceptance does not equate to excusing hurtful behavior. Rather, it establishes a foundation for healthier interactions, empowering you to respond from a place of understanding rather than reactivity. As you engage with radical acceptance, know that it is a journey. Progress arrives in waves, reflecting fluctuations in experiences and feelings. By integrating this practice into your life, you create opportunities to break free from the constraints of resistance, allowing for profound personal transformation born from embracing what is. Now, as we prepare to conclude this chapter, think ahead to Chapter 5, where we will explore ways to transform pain into inner peace. This journey will guide you in discovering how even the most challenging experiences can serve as powerful catalysts for growth and serenity. Engage with the ideas shared so far, and consider capable of greater resilience as you continue your path. Remember to subscribe to the Awaken Vision channel for ongoing support. Give this chapter a like and share your journey in the comments. Your insights can illuminate the paths of others on similar journeys. Embracing radical acceptance fosters a wealth of positive outcomes that can transform your emotional landscape and overall well-being. By practicing this principle, you cultivate resilience, foster greater emotional balance, and pave the way for more meaningful connections with yourself and others. The freedom that comes from letting go of the need to control every aspect of your life leads to a profound sense of inner peace. As you learn to accept your circumstances, including any pain or challenges, you create the space necessary for authentic growth and self-discovery. Implementing radical acceptance into your daily routine can be done through several straightforward steps. Begin with the practice of mindfulness, which invites you to engage with your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Each morning, dedicate 5 minutes to simply breathe and reflect on how you feel. Ask yourself what emotions are present and allow yourself to experience them fully. This practice grounds you in your current reality, reinforcing that it is acceptable to feel a range of emotions without trying to alter them. Over time, you will likely notice that simply acknowledging your feelings diminishes their intensity and helps you process them effectively. Another practical step involves setting intention. Each day, remind yourself of your commitment to radical acceptance by affirming phrases such as, "I accept my present reality and embrace my feelings." Speaking these words aloud or writing them in a journal helps reinforce your dedication to this transformative practice. As you repeat these affirmations, allow them to wash over you, reminding yourself that acceptance is your choice and a source of empowerment in challenging moments. Throughout your day, search for opportunities to apply radical acceptance to real-life situations. If you encounter a setback at work, resist the urge to react with frustration. Instead, pause and reflect. Acknowledge the situation calmly and tell yourself, "This is where I am right now, and it's okay." Explore what you can learn from this scenario rather than dwelling on negativity. For instance, if a project you oversaw faced unforeseen challenges, use this as a learning experience. By appreciating the lessons within setbacks, you not only strengthen your problem-solving abilities, but also nurture your emotional growth. In personal relationships, practice radical acceptance by allowing your loved ones to be exactly who they are. In moments of tension, remind yourself that acceptance doesn't mean you agree with everything. It simply means you choose to embrace the individual's right to their feelings and perspectives. Approach discussions with curiosity and openness, which fosters empathy and understanding in your interactions. This newfound depth improves not only your relationships, but also reinforces your emotional maturity. Know that embracing radical acceptance does not signify weakness or passivity. It is an active and courageous choice, filled with promise. Even though challenges may arise as you embark on this journey of acceptance, each small effort counts. Regularly reflect on your progress, acknowledge the shifts in your mindset, the feelings of peace emerging, and the strengths you're growing as you embrace vulnerability. Change often unfolds gradually, and flexibility in allowing yourself the grace to adapt is key to your journey. As we conclude this chapter, anticipate our next exploration into Chapter 5, where we will dive into the remarkable transformation of turning pain into inner peace. We will discover how even our most challenging moments can act as catalysts for profound personal growth. Embrace this journey, and remember to stay connected. Subscribe to the Awaken Vision channel for further insights, like this chapter if it resonated with you, and share your thoughts or suggestions in the comments. Your experiences and ideas are invaluable to our community's growth, and together we can continue to learn and elevate our journeys. Chapter 5: Turning Pain into Inner Peace. Have you ever found yourself engulfed in discomfort, be it emotional distress or physical pain, and worried about how it would ever dissipate? Life often presents us with challenges that feel unbearable, leaving us questioning our resilience and capacity for healing. The journey of transforming pain into peace is a profound one, yet it is crucial for our personal growth and emotional well-being. Understanding this transformative process allows us to view pain not merely as a burden, but as an opportunity for deep healing and profound insight. Take the experience of Sarah, who faced one of the toughest moments in her life. After a significant breakup, she felt isolated and overwhelmed by sorrow. Rather than confronting her feelings of heartache, Sarah initially chose to distract herself with busyness, all the while suppressing her pain. It wasn't until she reached a breaking point that she was compelled to address the sorrow within her. Through honoring her feelings and allowing herself to grieve, Sarah unearthed a wealth of insights about her identity, desires, and relationship patterns. This powerful acknowledgement ultimately led her toward inner peace and resilience, illustrating that facing pain courageously can unlock immense personal growth. The challenge we often face is that we are conditioned to perceive pain solely as negative, a feeling to be avoided at all costs. This mindset hinders our ability to heal and progress, since we equate discomfort with suffering. However, pain can serve as a catalyst for change, inviting us to deeply explore ourselves and confront aspects of life we may have overlooked. Understanding how pain works can empower us to embrace it as a vital part of our journey of self-discovery and healing. Consider John, a professional struggling with anxiety, finding himself paralyzed by fear before public speaking events. Instead of viewing these moments solely as obstacles, John began to see them as opportunities to address deeply rooted fears. By acknowledging his anxiety, instead of shying away from it, John entered into a process of introspection that ultimately led him to examine his self-doubt and self-worth. Embracing his discomfort transformed his relationship with his fear, empowering him to perform with confidence rather than allowing anxiety to hold him back. Embracing pain as a potential pathway to inner peace requires intentional practice. The first step is cultivating awareness. This means allowing yourself to be present with your feelings. Take time each day to check in with yourself. What emotions are emerging? How does your body feel? Engaging with these questions creates a foundation of self-awareness essential for deep healing. Journaling can be particularly beneficial, providing a space to express whatever arises without judgment. Additionally, practice self-compassion during your hardest days. Acknowledge your struggles as valid and remind yourself that healing is rarely a linear experience. Allow yourself the grace to feel without the pressure of needing to instantly fix your pain. This compassionate perspective serves as a reminder that countless others have traversed similar paths, and you are not alone in your experience. As you embark on this journey to turn pain into inner peace, bear in mind that you are creating the groundwork for deeper self-understanding and acceptance. This acknowledgement opens the door to transformation, where past experiences evolve into valuable lessons that sharpen your resilience. With every step, you pave the way for profound emotional freedom. Explore this transformative path and recognize the value within your pain. As we move forward in this chapter, look ahead to discovering the specific methods and techniques to harness your pain for growth as we delve deeper into this empowering process of healing. Stay engaged and curious as we unpack the strategies that will turn your pain into a storyteller of inner peace. Your journey toward serenity is just beginning. To effectively turn pain into inner peace, we must embrace the practice of compassionate self-reflection. This entails accepting our feelings and acknowledging painful experiences as integral to our life journey. It is through this lens of compassion that we begin to understand why accepting and processing our pain can ultimately lead to profound growth. When we acknowledge our suffering without judgment, accepting it as part of the human experience, we lessen its control over us, simplifying the path toward inner peace. One beneficial way to initiate this process is by developing a consistent practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages us to become fully present with our emotions rather than allowing them to overwhelm us or dictate our actions. Research indicates that mindfulness practices reduce levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. By simply observing our thoughts and feelings during difficult moments without rushing to change them, we create a safe space that fosters healing and personal insight. This practice strengthens our capacity to observe discomfort and transform it into a more reflective state of being. To engage with mindfulness, start by dedicating a few moments each day to focus on your breath. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Allow your breath to anchor you, drawing your attention gently inward. When emotions arise, don't push them away. Instead, breathe into them. Acknowledge their presence by naming them, such as sadness or fear. This step encourages acceptance and enacts a subtle shift in how you perceive discomfort. With continued practice, you will find that acknowledging your emotions helps dissipate their intensity, making peace more accessible. Another effective method is to write about your experiences. Journaling offers a powerful tool for processing pain. By putting pen to paper, you externalize your thoughts and feelings, transforming your internal struggles into tangible subjects you can explore. Write freely, allowing your emotions and experiences to guide you. Not only does this practice provide clarity, but examining your own narrative promotes understanding, facilitating the connection between your pain and your path toward peace. Engaging in self-compassion is another essential element in this transformative journey. Life is complex and challenging. Understanding that imperfection is a part of existence allows you to embrace your struggles without harsh self-criticism. According to research conducted by Dr. Kristen Neff, self-compassion enhances emotional resilience and leads to healthier coping mechanisms. By treating yourself kindly in difficult moments, you reduce the emotional weight of your struggles, allowing for a lighter approach to healing. Take a moment to reflect on self-talk during challenging experiences. Whenever you encounter pain or hardship, intentionally speak to yourself as you would to a friend. Offer understanding, encouragement, and support. This shift simplifies the burden of pain, paving the way for patience and healing. It instills resilience and promotes the inner belief that you can rise above the challenges you face. The power of transforming pain into inner peace lies in recognizing your ability to engage with your emotions genuinely. By practicing mindfulness, journaling, and self-compassion, you construct a solid foundation for growth and healing. Each of these practices offers opportunities to cultivate deeper insights, facilitating a relationship with pain that transforms suffering into wisdom. As we wrap up this chapter, prepare to embark on Chapter 6, where we will explore the paradox of effortless growth. Together, we will uncover how embracing life's challenges without force allows for organic and profound personal development. Remain open to the insights ahead. And remember that transformation arises from consistent effort, fostering the belief that you can embrace your journey toward inner peace with grace and confidence. To engage with the growth we're creating, subscribe to the Awaken Vision channel, like this chapter if it resonated with you, and share your experiences or suggestions in the comments. Your voice matters as we all navigate this transformative journey together. Embracing the journey of turning pain into inner peace creates a foundation for lasting emotional resilience and personal growth. When you adopt practices such as mindfulness, journaling, and self-compassion, you will likely experience reduced anxiety and increased clarity in your life. These tools empower you to respond to challenges with a sense of calmness and understanding, transforming how you perceive and engage with pain. By learning to appreciate your experiences, including the difficult ones, you open up a pathway to genuine healing and soothing that gently guides you toward peace. To implement these solutions effectively, start with mindfulness through grounding exercises. Each day, take a few moments to meditate or breathe deeply. Focus on your breath as a way to anchor yourself. When you encounter feelings of discomfort, acknowledge these sensations and simply observe them without judgment. This acknowledgement reduces their power over you and cultivates an accepting mindset. Try starting a mindful breathing practice each morning, paying attention to what thoughts and feelings arise. This promotes the habit of staying present and allows you to tackle the day more readily. In your journaling practice, dedicate time to reflect on specific experiences that have challenged you. For example, if a particular incident triggered feelings of sadness or anxiety, describe that situation in detail. Write about how it made you feel and what thoughts surfaced in response. Use this exercise to explore your emotional reactions, encouraging a deeper understanding of your feelings. This process transforms pain into insight, which can enlighten your future actions. In relationships, applying the process of turning pain into peace can create a transformative effect on how you interact with others. Suppose you and a friend have a falling out. Instead of carrying the weight of resentment, take the time to acknowledge your feelings surrounding the disagreement. Admitting your hurt allows for a constructive discussion. Emphasize active listening and empathy, facilitating an environment in which all parties feel seen and heard. This compassion fosters healing and reestablishes connections, showcasing that pain dealt with openly can lead to stronger, healthier relationships. At work, channeling the lessons from difficult moments can also yield positive outcomes. If a project fails or a mistake occurs, resist the instinct to dwell on shame or blame. Instead, view it as a learning opportunity. Use this moment to reflect on the steps taken and what could have been done differently. Conduct a post-mortem discussion with colleagues, encouraging collaborative problem-solving and growth born from mistakes. This approach fosters a culture of resilience and continuous improvement. No matter where you are on your journey, remember that incremental progress is everything. Celebrate the small victories as you incorporate these practices into your daily routine. Reflect on your growth, acknowledging how you have bravely faced discomfort and utilized it as a stepping stone toward inner peace. It's key to recognize that transformation is a gradual process, and maintaining consistency with your efforts makes the journey achievable and rewarding. As we close this chapter, look forward to Chapter 6, where we will explore the paradox of effortless growth. Here, we will discover how accepting the challenges in our lives opens the door to genuine transformation, often occurring with less struggle than we initially believe. Embrace the insights from this chapter, and as you anticipate more revelations, engage with the Awaken Vision channel by subscribing for further support. If this chapter resonated with you, please like it and share your experiences or suggestions in the comments. Your input is invaluable as we create a community centered around growth and healing, together forging a path toward emotional well-being. Chapter 6: The Paradox of Effortless Growth. Have you ever found yourself putting in tremendous effort to achieve a goal, only to feel exhausted and disheartened when the desired outcome doesn't materialize? The irony of life is that often the harder we strive for control and perfection, the more we may hinder our own progress. This paradox of effortless growth emerges when we learn to ease the pressure, allowing ourselves to flow with life instead of against it. Understanding this concept is essential, as it reframes how we approach personal development and enables us to act from a place of authenticity and joy rather than tension and fear. Consider the experience of Alex, who had long aspired to write a novel. She approached her project with meticulous planning, setting strict deadlines and outlining every chapter in detail. However, as the weeks passed, Alex found herself increasingly stuck and dissatisfied with her progress. Feeling trapped in this rigid structure, she struggled to express herself creatively, ultimately leading to frustration and self-doubt. When she finally decided to let go of her rigid expectations and simply write without restrictions, she discovered the flow of creativity that had eluded her. Allowing herself the freedom to explore her thoughts without constraints opened the floodgates of inspiration, leading to moments of effortless growth and unanticipated flow. The challenge we face in our lives often arises from an intrinsic need to strive relentlessly for perfection and recognition. We set rigid expectations for ourselves, believing that hard work must always equate to success. However, in this pursuit, we may lose sight of the present moment, bypassing the genuine joy that personal growth can bring. The key to shifting our perspective is learning to lean into the natural flow of life and embrace the paradox of growing with less effort. When we approach our goals with a mindset of possibility rather than pressure, we free ourselves from the inhibiting constraints of perfectionism. This essential shift invites a sense of curiosity and allows us to explore new areas of interest or strengths. Research shows that intrinsic motivation, doing something for the sheer joy of it, significantly influences successful learning and development. When we engage wholeheartedly in activities we enjoy, growth often happens almost effortlessly. Imagine Taylor, who is pursuing a career in graphic design. Initially, he modeled his work closely after established artists, believing that imitation would garner approval. However, when Taylor began to focus on understanding his unique style and personal expression, he noticed enthusiasm blossoming within his work. His designs began to reflect his distinct voice, leading to progress that felt natural and exhilarating. This experience highlights the power of embracing authenticity over the rigidity of expectation. As we navigate our paths, we can facilitate effortless growth through several simple practices. First, cultivate self-awareness by checking in with your feelings regarding your goals. Are you feeling joy, or are you overwhelmed with pressure? Allow your feelings to guide your actions, opting for choices that encourage exploration rather than stress. Next, be willing to experiment and adjust your approach as you embark on new endeavors. Embrace the possibility of failure as an integral part of growth rather than a hindrance. When we allow ourselves to learn through trial and error, new insights may surface that steer us toward paths we never imagined possible. Developing this mindset creates space for spontaneous creativity and inspiration to thrive, reminding us that the journey is as essential as the destination. Closely examining the tension created by rigid expectations offers valuable insight into our personal landscape. As we continue to explore this concept of effortless growth, we begin to unearth pathways that resonate with our true selves. Prepare for an enlightening continuation as we delve deeper into cultivating the art of effortless growth. Together, we'll uncover the strategies that foster a balanced and enriching journey in personal development, allowing you to embrace your unique path with openness and courage. Understanding that growth often occurs when you're not actively seeking it opens the door to incredible possibilities, and as you grow, the world around you becomes a richer place to inhabit. The solution to embracing the paradox of effortless growth lies in cultivating a mindset centered on acceptance and playfulness. By understanding the value of fostering a sense of curiosity and freedom in our pursuits, we can invite a flow state where growth feels natural rather than forced. When we approach our goals and projects without stringent expectations or anxieties about outcomes, we open ourselves to the potential for organic development and exploration. This approach works by leveraging the intrinsic motivation that arises from doing something we genuinely enjoy. Research in psychology has shown that intrinsic motivation plays a crucial role in successful learning and personal development. When we are motivated by our passions and interests, we tend to invest more energy and commitment into our endeavors, allowing for rich, authentic experiences. By tuning in to what excites us rather than confining ourselves within rigid frameworks, we create the conditions for effortless growth to flourish. As we actively embrace a playful mindset, we grant ourselves permission to explore, experiment, and even fail without fear of judgment. This mentality shifts our perspective on challenges. Instead of viewing them as deterrents, we come to see them as opportunities for learning. Consider the example of Lisa, a budding entrepreneur who often felt overwhelmed by her ambitions. Instead of rigidly adhering to a business plan, she began allowing herself the freedom to brainstorm and adapt her ideas in real time. By letting go of her initial constraints and incorporating feedback from her customers, Lisa not only found joy in her work, but also experienced significant growth in her business, illustrating how flexibility can lead to surprising successes. Practical steps for implementing this mindset begin with intentionally creating a balance between your aspirations and your willingness to explore. Start by identifying activities or goals that ignite your enthusiasm. Focus on what excites you, rather than what you think you should achieve. This practice alone helps increase the likelihood of effortlessly growing in ways that resonate with your true self. Next, adopt a habit of setting micro goals that emphasize progress over perfection. Rather than striving to achieve a significant milestone overnight, break your goals into smaller, manageable tasks that allow you to experience incremental successes. For example, if you're writing a book, aim to write a single paragraph or page daily without fixation on the entire manuscript. These micro-goals foster a sense of accomplishment while minimizing pressure and anxiety around productivity. Additionally, incorporate reflection time into your routine. This encourages you to evaluate your progress without harsh self-criticism. Take a moment to celebrate how far you've come, acknowledging the moments of growth and discovery along the way. Journaling can serve as an effective tool to reflect on these insights, capturing your thoughts and emotions and observing how they evolve over time. Understanding and adopting the paradox of effortless growth can fundamentally transform your life's approach, allowing you to flourish with authenticity. As you relinquish the grip of expectations, your journey becomes not merely about reaching a destination, but engaging with life as it unfolds. This openness cultivates creativity, provides deep satisfaction, and fosters resilience. As we conclude this chapter, look forward to the next exploration, where we will dive deeper into the concept of cultivating resilience in the face of challenges. Together, we will uncover how to harness the power of adaptability in various aspects of life, transforming setbacks into stepping stones on your path to fulfillment. Your journey is unique, and by engaging with these ideas, you create a more enriching experience for yourself. Stay connected by subscribing to the Awaken Vision channel, liking this chapter if it resonated with you, and sharing your thoughts or suggestions in the comments. Your journey and insights are invaluable as we foster growth and support one another in this shared adventure toward personal transformation. Embracing the paradox of effortless growth yields a multitude of positive outcomes that significantly enhance your overall well-being and life satisfaction. By shifting your mindset from one of relentless effort to a more flexible, exploration-based approach, you create an environment that fosters creativity, joy, and genuine progress. This mindset allows you to detach from a fear of failure, transforming setbacks into valuable lessons that propel your growth journey forward. When you embrace the idea of effortless growth, you'll likely notice an increase in your emotional resilience. Letting go of the need to control outcomes reduces stress and anxiety, creating a space for enthusiasm and curiosity toward your pursuits. This transformation encourages exploration and experimentation, leading to deeper learning experiences and enriched personal insights that inform your development. You may discover not only skills you weren't aware you had, but also clarify your passions and values. To implement this approach effectively, start by cultivating a practice of setting intentions that emphasize openness rather than rigid goals. Begin each day by identifying a guiding intention that aligns with your growth mindset. For instance, you might declare, "Today, I will welcome new experiences and be open to learning," framing your mindset towards adaptability and discovery. This simple yet powerful exercise helps you shift your focus toward the unfolding journey, making space for spontaneous growth opportunities. Additionally, consider integrating playful activities into your routine. Engaging in hobbies or interests purely for enjoyment catalyzes creativity and nurtures your soul. Whether painting, dancing, or playing a sport, allow yourself to get lost in the joy of the moment, free from the pressure of achieving a particular outcome. For example, if you enjoy sketching, set aside time to create without worrying about the final product. This playfulness helps cultivate a mindset that thrives on exploration and curiosity, allowing your skills to develop organically. In your personal and professional relationships, apply this principle of openness by actively embracing the perspectives of others. Instead of adhering strictly to your views, approach conversations with the intent to learn. Engage in discussions with curiosity, asking questions, and seeking to understand the experiences and perspectives of others. Imagine being in a meeting where an idea is met with resistance. Instead of clinging to your initial stance, practice active listening. You may find that being receptive to another viewpoint not only enriches your understanding, but also fosters collaboration and creativity. As you stretch into this growth mindset, remember to celebrate the small steps along the way. Acknowledging your progress doesn't need to be a grand gesture. It can be as simple as recognizing that you approached a challenge with a sense of curiosity instead of fear. This kind acknowledgement reinforces positive behavior and encourages further exploration, building momentum toward your growth journey. Reflections on your journey are essential in maintaining this mindset. After significant experiences, be they successes or failures, take time to reflect on what you've learned. Consider keeping a journal to capture your thoughts, allowing you to explore how your feelings and insights evolve. This practice cultivates a greater awareness of the lessons learned throughout your journey, reinforcing the notion that growth is a continuous process. As we wrap up this chapter, remember that embracing the paradox of effortless growth requires a commitment to engaging with life's unfolding journey. Each challenge can be framed as an opportunity for growth, and as you navigate your path with openness and curiosity, you'll discover new layers of potential within yourself. Look forward now as we explore in Chapter 7 the art of cultivating resilience, helping you become even more adaptable in the face of life's challenges. Your ongoing journey matters, so stay connected and engaged. Subscribe to the Awaken Vision channel for more insights like this chapter if it resonated with you, and don't hesitate to share your thoughts in the comments. Your story has the power to uplift and inspire others on similar paths, highlighting the beauty of our collective growth. In conclusion, Release the Grip, Heal Pain Through Backwards Law invites you to embrace the transformative journey towards self-discovery by acknowledging and working through your struggles. Through understanding and practicing radical acceptance, learning to flow with resistance, and turning pain into inner peace, you've been equipped with practical tools for nurturing mental and emotional resilience. The paradox of effortless growth encourages you to approach challenges with curiosity and openness, reinforcing the idea that every setback is a stepping stone toward deeper wisdom. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. We appreciate you taking the time to engage with this content. If you found value in this video, please like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more empowering insights. Your support enables us to continue spreading knowledge and fostering a community of growth and healing.